With the newfound unity between the villages, Obi decided it was time to celebrate their achievements and reinforce the bonds of friendship. He proposed a grand festival to honor the cooperation and prosperity that had blossomed from their efforts. The villagers enthusiastically supported the idea, and preparations began in earnest. The Festival of Renewal was to be a joyous occasion, filled with music, dance, and feasting. It would also include ceremonies to honor the ancestors and give thanks for the blessings they had received. Obi and the elders planned every detail meticulously, ensuring that the festival would be a memorable event for everyone involved. As the day of the festival approached, excitement and anticipation filled the air. Villagers from both communities worked together to decorate the village square, prepare traditional foods, and arrange performances. The spirit of unity and cooperation was palpable, and everyone looked forward to the celebration. On the day of the festival, the village square was transformed into a vibrant and colorful space. Banners and lanterns adorned the area, and the aroma of delicious food filled the air. The villagers gathered in their finest attire, ready to partake in the festivities. The festival began with a ceremonial dance performed by the village's youth, symbolizing the renewal of life and the strength of their unity. The rhythmic drumming and graceful movements captivated the audience, setting the tone for the day's celebrations. Obi addressed the crowd, his voice filled with pride and gratitude. Today, we celebrate not only our prosperity but also the bonds that unite us. Let this festival be a reminder of the strength we find in each other and the importance of working together for a brighter future. The crowd erupted in cheers and applause, inspired by Obi's words. The festival continued with various performances, including traditional music, storytelling, and acrobatics. The villagers danced and sang, reveling in the joy of the moment. As the sun set, the festival reached its peak with a grand feast. Long tables were laden with an array of dishes, showcasing the culinary talents of both villages. People gathered to share meals, stories, and laughter, strengthening the bonds of friendship and community. The Festival of Renewal was a resounding success, leaving a lasting impact on everyone who attended. It reinforced the importance of unity and cooperation, reminding the villagers that together, they could overcome any challenge. Obi felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that the festival had brought his vision of harmony and prosperity to life. He was grateful for the support of his family and the resilience of his community. As the festivities continued late into the night, Obi looked towards the future with hope and determination, ready to lead his people through whatever lay ahead. In the months following the Festival of Renewal, the village continued to prosper. However, a sense of unease began to settle over the community. Strange occurrences and ominous signs suggested that all was not well. Concerned for his people, Obi decided to seek counsel from the village oracle, a revered seer known for her wisdom and insight. The oracle, an elderly woman named Neka, lived in a secluded hut at the edge of the forest. She was known for her ability to communicate with the spirits and foresee future events. Obi, accompanied by Keto and Amora, made the journey to seek her guidance. Upon their arrival, Neka greeted them warmly. She sensed the weight of their concerns and invited them into her hut. The air inside was thick with the scent of burning herbs, and the flickering light of candles cast eerie shadows on the walls. Neka began her ritual, invoking the spirits and asking for their guidance. After a few moments, she fell into a trance, her eyes glazing over as she spoke in a voice not entirely her own. "Beware, for a great darkness approaches," Neka intoned. "The harmony you have built is threatened by forces beyond your control. You must prepare for the trials ahead and seek strength in unity." Obi listened intently, his heart heavy with the oracle's words. "What must we do to protect our people?" he asked, his voice steady but filled with concern. "The key lies within you, Obi," Neka replied. "You must lead with wisdom and courage, and trust in the strength of your community. The trials ahead will test your resolve, but remember that unity is your greatest weapon. As the ritual concluded, Neka returned to her normal state, her eyes filled with a mixture of exhaustion and compassion. You have the power to guide your people through this darkness, Obi. Trust in yourself and in those who stand by your side. Obi, Keto, and Amora thanked Neka for her guidance and made their way back to the village. The oracle's warning weighed heavily on their minds, but they were determined to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the weeks following the oracle's warning, the village experienced a series of unsettling events. Crops began to wither inexplicably, and livestock fell ill with strange ailments. The villagers grew anxious, fearing that the prosperity they had worked so hard to achieve was slipping away. Obi called a meeting with the village elders and leaders to discuss the situation. They decided to take proactive measures to address the problems, implementing strategies to protect their crops and animals. Obi also sought the help of Adewale, whose knowledge of herbal medicine and healing proved invaluable in treating the sick livestock. Despite their efforts, the sense of unease persisted. Strange sightings and unexplained phenomena became more frequent, fueling rumors and fear among the villagers. Some whispered that the darkness the oracle had spoken of was already upon them. Obi remained resolute, determined to lead his people through the crisis. He held regular meetings with the villagers, reassuring them and encouraging unity and cooperation. He also continued to seek guidance from Neka, who offered her support and wisdom. One night, as Obi stood at the edge of the village, contemplating the challenges ahead, he was joined by Keto and Amora. They stood together in silence, drawing strength from each other's presence. "We've faced difficult times before, and we will overcome this as well," Keto said, his voice filled with determination. "We must stay strong and support each other." Amora nodded, her eyes reflecting both worry and hope. "We have built something beautiful here, and we will protect it. Together, we are stronger than any darkness." Obi felt a renewed sense of resolve. With his family by his side and the support of his community, he was ready to face the trials ahead. He knew that the journey would be difficult, but he also knew that unity and resilience would see them through. As the strange occurrences continued, a new and more alarming issue arose. A mysterious illness began to spread among the villagers, causing fever, weakness, and, in some cases, paralysis. The source of the illness was unknown, and it seemed to defy all conventional treatments. Obi and the village healers, including Adewale, worked tirelessly to care for the sick and find a cure. They used every remedy and technique at their disposal, but the illness persisted, spreading fear and uncertainty throughout the community. One evening, as Obi sat by the bedside of a young girl stricken with the illness, he felt a deep sense of helplessness. He had always been able to find solutions and lead his people through challenges, but this situation was unlike any he had faced before. Adewale approached Obi, his expression grave. "I have never encountered an illness like this," he admitted. "It seems to defy all our knowledge and efforts. We must consider the possibility that this is not a natural ailment." Obi's heart sank at the implication. "Do you think it could be a curse or some kind of dark magic?" "It is possible," Adewale replied. "We need to consult with Neka and seek her guidance. If this illness has a supernatural origin, we will need her wisdom to combat it." Obi agreed, and the next day, he set out to visit Neka once more. He brought with him a small group of trusted advisors, including Adewale and Keto. They made their way through the forest, their hearts heavy with worry. Neka welcomed them into her hut, sensing the urgency of their visit. She listened as Obi described the illness and its effects, her expression growing more serious with each word. "This is indeed a dark force at work," Neka said after a moment of contemplation. "The illness is a manifestation of the darkness I warned you about. It seeks to weaken and divide your people. But there is hope. We can fight this, but it will require great strength and unity." Obi felt a glimmer of hope. "What must we do, Neka?" You must perform a cleansing ritual to purify the village and dispel the darkness, she explained. It will be a challenging and dangerous process, but it is the only way to lift the curse and restore health to your people. Nneka provided detailed instructions for the ritual, including the herbs and items needed and the specific steps to follow. She also emphasized the importance of unity and faith, urging Obi to rally his people and strengthen their resolve. Armed with Nneka's guidance, Obi and his companions returned to the village. They immediately began preparations for the ritual, gathering the necessary materials and informing the villagers of their plan. The sense of urgency and determination brought the community together. Despite their fear and uncertainty, the villagers united in their efforts to overcome the darkness. They placed their trust in Obi and the leaders, knowing that their strength lay in their unity. The day of the cleansing ritual arrived, and a sense of anticipation and hope filled the village. The villagers gathered in the square, their faces a mix of fear and determination. Obi stood at the center, ready to lead the ceremony that would determine their fate. The ritual began with the purification of the space, using sacred herbs and incense to cleanse the air. Obi, Adewale, and the other healers moved through the crowd, anointing each person with a special mixture prepared by Nneka. This mixture was designed to protect and strengthen them against the dark forces. Next, the villagers formed a circle around a large fire pit, where a sacred fire was lit. The flames danced and flickered, casting a warm glow over the assembly. Obi led the villagers in a series of chants and prayers, calling upon the ancestors and spirits for their protection and guidance. As the ritual progressed, Obi felt a powerful energy building within the circle. The unity and determination of the villagers created a force that seemed to push back against the darkness. He could feel the presence of the ancestors, their strength and wisdom guiding him. At the climax of the ritual, Obi and the healers approached the fire with the items Nneka had instructed them to use. These included sacred herbs, symbols of protection, and offerings to the spirits. They placed the items into the fire, watching as the flames consumed them and sent their energy into the air. The final step of the ritual involved the symbolic act of unity. Each villager took a turn placing a small token into the fire, representing their commitment to the community and their shared strength. As the last token was placed, a surge of energy swept through the crowd, and the fire blazed brighter than ever before. In that moment, Obi felt the darkness begin to recede. The oppressive weight that had hung over the village lifted, replaced by a sense of relief and hope. The villagers cheered and embraced, their faces filled with joy and gratitude. Over the next few days, the effects of the ritual became evident. The mysterious illness began to abate, and the villagers' health improved. The crops and livestock showed signs of recovery, and the sense of fear and uncertainty dissipated. Obi and the village leaders thanked Nneka for her guidance and wisdom. They knew that the battle against darkness was not over, but they had proven that unity and resilience could overcome even the greatest challenges. With the village returning to health and harmony, Obi felt a renewed sense of purpose. He was determined to continue leading his people with wisdom and compassion, ready to face whatever the future held. As the village thrived once more, Obi knew that their greatest strength lay in their unity and their unwavering spirit. I hope you enjoyed the tale. If so, please like the video, comment, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for more enchanting tales like this one. Goodbye.